Hi everyone, welcome to my Munjaro journey, day one. I've just received Munjaro through the post. I ordered it off Med Express and I've started with the 2.5 milligram loading dose, I think that's what you call it. I have recently tried Ozempic and Ozempic didn't work for me. I didn't lose a single pound. I maintained my weight at the moment, which is bang on 17 stone. But I haven't lost a single pound. It did take away some of the hunger feelings, but generally I still had a desire for food and stuff like that. Previously, about 3-4 years ago, I did try Saxenda and I had great success on Saxenda. I used that for about 2 months again and I lost 2.5 stone within the first month on Saxenda. And it was just simply because it was expensive at the time. I couldn't really afford to keep upping the dose back then. So I am going to try Munjaro. Like I said before, I am 17 stone at the moment. I was 18 stone about 2 months ago and started cutting out chocolate, tried to cut down my portion size and tried to reduce takeaways and stuff like that. And because I made those changes, I lost a stone over that period of the past several weeks up to the present day. Currently at 17 stone, I want to try and get down to about 14. I'll still be classed as obese, but 14 stone is the goal weight at the moment. I am exercising. I go swimming about 3 times a week, to just shy of a mile each time. So because I'm not eating as much chocolate, I do have a little bit on a weekend, like on a Saturday maybe. And I've modified my diet somewhat. This Munjaro is, I'm guessing I should start to see the effects from this. What I mean by that is some of the YouTube videos that I've seen so far, people buy this and then instantly change the diet, count calories, portion control, and start exercising all at the same time. There's no problem with that at all. But my head then wonders, well, what's actually working? Is it the Munjaro? Is it the change in diet? Is it the exercise? What's actually working for them? And for 150 quid a month, I want to know what is working. Because if I was just sitting here to you saying, I'm going to try this Munjaro, tomorrow I'm going to start exercising and I'm going to start modifying my diet from tomorrow, then which one of them is working? Probably all three, but I want to know that I'm getting my money's worth for this, you know? So here we go. Like I say, I have used Saxenda before. It's exactly the same pen. It's exactly the same pen. It has the exact same function. So what you do is you take this off and that is the Munjaro in there. This dial here, you twist that until it gets to the number 1 on here, and that's your first dose. Now this comes all the way out to about here, which is a little bit disconcerting, but that's what you do for your first dose. You screw the needle, which is this, onto the top. So if I do that now and show you, so you peel that little sticker off. Inside there is a tiny little needle. That's to go and through the plunger, the rubber bung here. And then you screw that onto your Munjaro, nice and tight, and then you pull the cap off and you're left with the plastic protector. You take that off when you're ready. These are to wipe either the area that you're going to inject or to wipe the rubber bung each and every time you use it, just to prevent cross-contamination, bacteria getting into the Munjaro and whatnot. But what I'll do is I'll show you. So just going to wipe the area just there where I'm going to inject. This is a subcutaneous injection. It goes into the fat layer, not into the muscle or anything like that. So I'm just going to twist that right round until I get to the one. Like I say, it's a little bit worrying when you're twisting and twisting, you think, where the hell is the one? But there it is. See, just in the window here, just there. And then the idea is when that's when you've pushed the needle into your fat layer, you gently press down and this goes all the way to the bottom. Now, I don't know if you can see on the camera. Oh, you can. On the camera, you might be able to see it, I'm not sure. On the very top of the needle, there's a tiny little dot, and that's the Munjaro coming out, which is what you want to see. That just shows that it's got all the air out the syringe. So I'm just gonna pop that in there. Just in the skin, and then gently push it down. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Doesn't hurt. Can't feel it at all, in fact. And then you just keep pushing and pushing until that plunger goes right to the note. And then the idea is to hold it for about 6 seconds. And that's just to ensure that all the Munjaro has gone into your site. There we go. All done. Quick, painless, and that was the first injection of Munjaro. So what I'll do is I'll put the cap back on there. And then you take this off, you put it in the sharps bin that you get with the Munjaro. Take it off. And then replace the cap, the protective cap over here. And then you pop this in the fridge. What I said earlier about the alcohol wipe. So when I come to use this next Monday afternoon, I'll take an alcohol wipe and I'll rub the top of that just gently once, just to clear any bacteria that might have gathered on there, and that stops any bacteria entering into there when you push the next needle on. So you push that back on, and then that goes back in the fridge. I did read somewhere that this is UV sensitive. Not that you're going to have it lying on your windowsill or out in the sunlight, but just in case you think, I wonder why that's on there for. The UV light from the sun or what have you might affect the medication. So once that's done, pop it back in the fridge and then waiting for next week. So I'll pop that in there. So just a couple of other things. I didn't have any real side effects with Saxenda a couple of years ago. The only side effect, I wouldn't even call it a side effect really, it's the result of the medication. But because that worked so well, I wasn't eating anything. I didn't want anything to eat. And I would have low blood sugar where I would feel quite shaky and a little bit sick. And everyone knows that feeling when your blood sugar is low. So I would tend to have like an apple or a little bowl of soup or something like that. And that would take away that initial kind of side effect, if you want to call it that. With the Ozempic, which I've just tried, I didn't really get that. I had in the early days a desire for protein. That's all I wanted to eat. A can of tuna or a chicken fillet or some prawns. That's all I fancied. But as the 2 months has gone on Ozempic, I've tended to want to have normal foods again, which is a bit disconcerting. So, never mind. I'm going to try the Munjaro. As you've seen, I've put it in there. I'll see how the next few days go, and I will update you next week.